Yeah?
Yeah. My number 3 is Crysis 3, the third Crysis game from Crytek. It's a very it's a very handsome effort. It's a beautiful game on PC, absolutely staggeringly beautiful. I've not played it on consoles, but I hear it's very, very, very decent looking on consoles. 2 certainly was, and it's a good game. I think it suffers a little bit in the wake of Far Cry 3. I think if it had come out before that game, it would have seemed a little better, because it is still quite hemmed in, even though each scenario you get into, they're quite open, and there are more options than there were in Crysis 2 for how you tackle each area. But I think the general public will probably be happy with what they play, but in the wake of the sort of immense scope of Far Cry 3, they will perhaps be a little bit disappointed by a game that's essentially a linear story in the same vein that Crysis 2 was.
Have you played Crysis 1?
No.
Yeah, neither have I. I mean, from what I can gather, Crysis 3 is my number 1, by the way. From what I can gather, it's people have said that it's a mixture of Crysis 1 and Crysis 2, because Crysis 2 was very linear and 1 was a bit more open. And this is still linear, but the spaces you go into are absolutely huge, and the amount of enemies that you do battle with at one time is really, really... I mean, there's loads. I think it's really, really terrific. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's... I think I'm approaching the finale now, so I'm almost at the end.
Right.
I don't necessarily think it's better looking than Crysis 2, but there are more glitches. I mean, I kept finding myself getting stuck on scenery and stuff like that. I say I keep, 4 or 5 times that happened, which is, not game breaking or anything, but I did notice it. I think it's. I mean, it's so much fun. I mean, there are issues again, like the way that the first half of the game, you're basically following a guy around exactly like you do in Call of Duty. So you're following that guy, run here, run there, follow him. That was a bit irritating. And that powering up your suit with those modules is complicated with those dials and stuff. I kind of thought that was needlessly complex. It's not Dishonored, because you only have 2 choices. You either go heavy or you stay stealthy. But that means that it can be much broader. And I thought it's actually genuinely quite an exciting game. And the emphasis on hacking, there's a lot of hacking in this. It's so exciting when there's so many enemies and you know that they're going to hammer you to death, because I'm playing on not the hardest difficulty, the next one down. You have to time it so perfectly. You go in, you cloak yourself, go close enough to be able to hack like a turret or something, hack it and then back away, and you have to nail the minigame at the same time. And I really think it's a really, really good action game. It's not revolutionary, it's not going to blow anyone's socks off, at least not on console, but did you think it was quite dark?
Literally?
Visually dark, yeah.
Well, no, the PC that I was playing on was the top of the range PC. So it wasn't dark. No, I didn't have any gamma problems or anything like that. But yeah, I can't really comment on that. But maybe, I can see how it could possibly be like that on console. That engine might suffer with that sort of... I don't even know why I'm even saying those words. What a load of shit. Did you know that Psycho from Crysis 3 is in Hollyoaks? I don't watch Hollyoaks, but it was on the other day in my house, and I was like, that's fucking Psycho. Then it is. Just some bald white guy.
Oh, he looks like that as well.
Well, yeah, it's him. It's done with performance capture and his exact face and voice and everything. It 100% is him. So I was like, that fucker. But he's actually quite a decent character for that world, for action gaming. So he's not the worst guy to follow around in the world.
Yeah. Okay. It's and I was as impressed. Crysis 2 it impressed me. Crysis 3 impressed me. The way they map all of those commands to the pad and make it work. Because it's a PC game through and through in that respect, and there's so many things you need to be able to do quite quickly. And they mapping that to a control pad. It's fair play. They really have made it work. I think I really, really, really quite like it. It's a solid 8 out of 10 at the moment. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's hard to get really excited about it because you have played it before. But I found myself on the edge of my seat repeatedly. It's the ping ponging between games of cat and mouse when you're stealth, and then the second you get found, if you're really careless, knowing that you're going to get set up on by all of these, and the AI is very effective as well. I really like it. I think it's a really, really good game.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that. Yeah, it is good. Definitely. It is very good. It's just, like you say, it's kind of hard to get pumped about it because you've played not only Crysis a lot of times before, but, a lot of games have been like this. in this generation, really.
It's singular, though. I have to say, the fact that there is only ever two choices is actually frees it up to be something else. And when you are thrown into those massive spaces, it's really quite exciting. When I said that it was dark, I thought it was an actual choice that they've made, because I toyed with the settings on my TV. I changed the settings in the game, and it's not detrimentally so. It's not like I couldn't see what I was doing. It just seemed very, very dark. But then the reason it felt like a choice is because there are so many moments where you walk out and the daylight's like blinding. It seemed like they were contrasting those for a reason. I don't know whether that was I assumed it was a choice they'd made, but
it's not something I noticed, certainly. But you might be right.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I rate it. I think it's very, very good.